Alrighty, welcome to 4-on-4 Cube Draft. We've got myself, Slacks, Hank, and Team J-Bro battling against the Raging Tilt Monster, Shui, Head Chef Sam Rolfe, and Talisker. Unfortunately, whoever made the link didn't select the good art versions, but that's okay. We'll survive this time. And speaking of Entombs, I think I will be first picking Entomb. I just think Entomb's a broken card. The next best card is probably Time Spiral. Natural Order's okay, but Entomb, if you especially pick one, pack one, you can just Entomb and then draft a really sick Reanimate deck. So let's see here. Next up, we've got Time Warp, Chartacourse, Gonti, Ashen Rider. This is just a really weak pack. I'm probably going to pick up a Chartacourse here. I don't think Beseech or Gonti are good enough to take, even though obviously when you pick Entomb, you kind of want to stay black. Blue-black is actually like the most common. There's blue-black and black-red Reanimator decks. Both of them are pretty good. I think I'm going to take Chart and then maybe wheel Una's Prowler and go from there. It's just this pack is just pretty weak. There's an Ignoble Hierarch as well, but I'm not that excited about that. Bloodstained Mire, on the other hand, is good. I was just updating them. I was explaining to the person who made the link how you make sure that it uses good arts. At this point, we're obviously not restarting the draft, but I still get to complain, don't I? I'm going to take Bloodstained Mire here. I think it's the best card. This is another fairly weak pack. Like Rabble Master, Fairy Mastermind, Ephemerate, Custodial Lich are all fine cards, but Bloodstained Mire is certainly a decent pickup. A black fetch, especially a black-red fetch, is pretty much what I'm looking for when it comes to Reanimator here. And oh, there's Grief. Yes, I'm very happy with that. Grief is another one of those cards. If you get Grief early, you can get draft a really good deck around it, and it's already great in Reanimator. Like, that's where you want it. Especially with Deluge, Misty, K-Command, Blood Tithe Harvester, Creeping Tar Pit. So there's 5 cards I want, which means if someone takes Seachrome, someone takes Nissa, and someone takes Talisman, I will be able to get one of those back. And even in the worst case scenario, I think Concealing Curtains might come back. But happy taking Grief here. The Chartacourse was unfortunate, but again, that was just kind of a bad pack. And if I get like a Blood Tithe Harvester back, I'm not going to get Misty back, but getting like Blood Tithe Harvester back would be pretty sweet. Especially since this Bloodstained Mire makes it more likely I can play 3 colors. Still need, of course, Reanimates and Targets, but I mean, this is a good start. We've got Entomb, which is the best Reanimator card. Chartacourse to put a card into the graveyard, a Mire for mana fixing, and Grief is a really good reward for picking up Reanimates as well. Just turn 1 Grief Reanimate is obviously great. Even turn 2 Grief Animate Dead is very good. Okay, so this is another interesting pack. We've got Prismatic Vista, Snuff Out, and Dark Confidant as cards I'm interested in. Dark Confidant I'm the least interested in because of the fact that I'm going to want to put 7s and 8s in my deck. I've got on that ride before. I think I'm just going to take Prismatic Vista. I love fixing. Snuff Out is fantastic. It really is. But I think just taking another good fixing card is probably fine. I don't think I'm going to get either of those cards back, of course. But I like being able to cast 3 colors worth of spells without too much issue. So here, I guess I take Worldspine Worm in case I pick up Flash. I just don't think Wormcoil's good. I don't think Ball Ritual's good. Don't care about Abrupt Decay or Terra Sunder. And I'm passing Mother of Runes and Cathar Commando, but I'm fine with that. All right. That's not an exciting pick. So Worldspine Worm doesn't work with like Reanimate or Life Death. It works okay with Shallow Grave or Corpse Dance. You just get to attack them for 15, but you don't get the 3 worm tokens. And then with obviously Flash, it's the best. And then Through the Breach, it also works well because you attack for 15 and then get the worm token. So that's a speculative pick. I just don't find Kroxa to be something I really want. Oh, I'm really happy to pick up Bitter Triumph. This is a great removal spell and also an enabler by letting you discard. So I'll take that over Goldspan, Spider Bluff Canal, Decadent Dragon. But yeah, I mean, Bitter Triumph kills any creature or planeswalker, and you can pay 3 life if you don't want to discard a card, but often in a Reanimator deck, you do want to discard a card, so it's just a fantastic card. All right, so this is a good start. Again, still would like to find an actual Reanimate. That would be very helpful, but I think this is a pretty solid beginning. We've got a lot of packs coming, but we'll see what we wheel here. I think the having Mire and Prismatic Vista puts me like pretty much ahead of the curve on mana fixing in terms of where this draft is. So I'm definitely doing good with that and with being able to get creatures into my graveyard between Entomb, Bitter Triumph, Chart a Course. I think Grief also kind of counts because it's a creature that puts itself in the graveyard. So now we just need some animates. Oh, this is interesting. I don't usually have the opportunity for this, but I might actually take Leovold here. Leovold, when I have Prismatic Vista and Bloodstained Mire, is eminently castable. And it's a really powerful card. So I think I'll take that over Witherbloom Command, Memory Jar, Coalition Relic. Okay, Thief of Sanity, Ash Barrens, and Faithless Looting all wield, so Reckoner Bankbuster, I suppose. I kind of want to just take Faithless Looting. That's the best Reanimator card. I don't think I need Ash Barrens, and Thief is just okay. Okay, Una's Prowler came back. There's also Ashen Rider. I think at this point I'd have to take Ashen Rider, though, because I already have Entomb, Looting, Triumph, Chart a Course. I have 4 discard outlets, and Ashen Rider is a solid Reanimate card. Oh, wow, Custodial Lich came back. I'll take it. I think that's better than taking Prime Time here. And then Concealing Curtain. No one took Nissa is the issue, but then that means I got the Concealing Curtains back, so that's still fine. Oh, and Dark Confidant came back. Sure. I'll take it. I mean, maybe I'll use it. Croxa too. Okay. I think I like that over Terra Sunder. Okay, this is a pretty good start. We've got Entomb as like our mega powerful card. That is our best card. Grief is also very good. Oh, Monster Manual's not a 0%er, actually. And then... Okay, there's Gristlebrand. I guess I'll just take that. There's no power cards or anything here. And passing up on Luris is fine. Spellseeker is a nice one, but I think Gristlebrand is one of the best Reanimate cards, so I think I'll do that. And this last pick, Monster Manual, makes me pretty happy I took Prismatic Vista, because I think there's a good chance that I do want to play that one as well. So Monster Manual has Zoological Study, which is mill 5 cards, then return a creature milled this way to your hand. So it's actually kind of a nice way to set up your graveyard too, if you mill multiple creatures. Oh, there's an Animate Dead. We'll be slamming that, unless there's a Mox under there. Oh, there's not. There is a Recurring Nightmare. I'm going to take Animate Dead. It's faster and cheaper, and Recurring Nightmare sometimes wheels. But slamming Animate. And then Monster Manual also, you can cast it as a book that you pay 4 to cast, and 2 tap, put a creature from your hand onto the battlefield. So I actually don't mind it, and picking up an Animate is perfect. It's a pretty good pack. There's Daze, Oliphant, Tree Speaker, Vinestock, Dismember, Adeline. Inti's actually not that bad either. Not 0% the Recurring Nightmare comes back. Okay, so this pack has a red, black, white Triome, which would be solid, but it doesn't actually help because Mire still makes black, red already. It has Trumpet and Carnosaur. This I'm interested in. 6 mana, 7/6 trample. When ETBs discover 5, and you can cast it, you can discard it to deal 3 to a creature or planeswalker. So it puts itself in the graveyard easily, and then you can reanimate it. It's kind of the perfect card for animate decks. So I'm going to take the Carnosaur here over Daretti and Savai Triome. And now, oh wow. I was going to say there's a Blood Crypt, but there's also just a Mind Twist. So I think I have to take Mind Twist over like Woodfall Primus, Preordain, Blood Crypt. I mean, Mind Twist is just a messed up card. So, and there's a Parallax Wave too, which makes it more likely that Raging Tilt Monster who's passing to me is not playing white. And I didn't really get the sense that Talisker was playing white either, so hopefully this goes to someone on my team. Okay, so we have a really good start to a black-red deck, maybe splashing green. Oh, there's Goryo's Vengeance, which is perfect with Gristlebrand, and that's it so far, but now that I have Goryo's Vengeance, I'll try to pick up some more Legends over Dak Faden and Dark Slick Shores. Right now, I would say this Monster Manual and this Leovold I'm iffy on. If I don't have any draw 7s, then Leovold gets a little bit less exciting. This Dark Confidant I probably shouldn't make. Reanimate? This is the best Animate. Okay. And I'm getting it 6th pick. Fantastic news. Pack 3's got to be great for me too. Passing an Exhume late, but that's okay, and a Fatal Push, but slamming Reanimate, and now we are really doing it. Okay, now there's Bitter Reunion versus Grist. Oh, versus Thirst for Discovery, but at this point I'm actually just looking like red-black. All I have is Chart a Course, so here, let me add another row here, though I didn't want all those cards to go down there. Looking at the cards I have, Chart a Course, Monster Manual, and Leo are the only non-red-black cards, not counting all those targets. I guess Carnosaur is actually more of a 3-drop spell. So I'm going to take Bitter Reunion, and if I can just go straight red-black, that would be fantastic. Don't care much for Yogg-Will in these kinds of decks. It's just too expensive. without Dark Ritual or Lotus or anything. Sensei's Divining Top with 2 fetches could also make Bob a little better. And Top is, I think, the best card in this pack. It's just a really strong card. I don't really want to pass it to Talisker. Metamorph is okay, but Metamorph doesn't help you get the first animate, which makes me a lot less happy. Okay, so this pack has Makeshift Mannequin as another animate. One that actually even works with World Spine if you have enough mana, because you can animate it in response to the trigger. Versus Generous Ent as a land cycler that could help me cast Leo or Monster Manual. And be a card you could animate yourself, though not obviously the strongest. I'm just going to take the Mannequin. Don't really need to go multiple colors. Oh, okay, so Ulamog came back. I was hoping to wheel something else out of this pack, I remember, but I will take Ulamog, because I have Goryo's Vengeance. Goryo's Vengeance Ulamog is indeed a combo. I'll take Bolus' Citadel and pass those green cards. Oh, Blood Crypt came back. All right, I'm going to take Blood Crypt over Woodfall Primus. I have enough animate targets, and Blood Crypt is just a huge win. It just adds a 3rd red-black land and makes Bloodstained Mire get a double on-color land. I'll take an Aragorn that I'm probably not going to play. And I'm looking pretty solid to just be red-black here. I'll take the Hex Mage, and I'll hate an Armageddon. Well, I'll just take an Armageddon. It wasn't even a hate draft because no one else was going to get it. All right, the only thing we're missing, could use a nice little Mox Jet, Black Lotus here. All right, Mox Pearl. I suppose I'll have to be content with that one. Passing from the Catacombs, Swords to Plowshares as the best cards, Mana Leak, Watery Grave. I'll probably get a Blackcleave Cliff back, though, or a Zeator's Proving Ground. Pretty hard for both those to be gone. All right, we'll take the Mox. And discounting these cards, we're doing pretty good. Okay, there's a Ragavan. I was about to say this pack is terrible, but Ragavan looks pretty great to me. Passing on over Stomping Ground, Thieving Skydiver, Jite, Cut Down. Yeah, all right, easy Ragavan here. Red-black with good mana is a nice place to be. Like, the mana in this deck is pretty nice. What am I missing? I'm not really missing anything. I could use another good target, like an Atraxa would be awesome, or Archon of Cruelty. Those would be amazing. Because currently I've got Reanimate, Entomb, a Tutor. Like a Vamp Tutor or a Demonic Tutor would be also very, very good. Okay, yeah, because I have Goryo's Vengeance, Animate Dead, Reanimate, Mannequin, so 4 Reanimates. I have Looting, Entomb, Bitter Reunion, Bitter Triumph, Carnosaur, Grief, a lot of ways to discard, and I have World Spine, Ashen Rider, Gristlebrand, Ulamog as a kind of motley crew of fatties. I'm going to take Wooded Foothills here. I think that's better than Xander's Lounge. I'm just not going to be playing blue, and this is a red-black land, so I'd rather just take a red-black untapped land. Also, Wooded Foothills and Prismatic Beast, I mean, if I do want to splash Monster Manual, I could maybe do that. I'll keep an eye on that. I think this Dark Confidant with the Sensei's Divining Top could be okay. Oh, and Sensei's Divining Top's another reason to take a fetch. So, that much net. Oh, Sneak Attack. See, this is why you have to have the good art, because I could have missed that. But luckily, I didn't. There's also Unmarked Grave. That'll probably come back, and it's a lot worse. Sneak is perfect, because all these cards are very good with Sneak as well, so this gives me an extra out. Really, the only thing I'm missing would be, like, if I had a wish list, it'd be like an Atraxa, or like a Dark Ritual, something like that. Don't think I want to splash for Show and Tell. Windswept Heath doesn't actually help me. I think I'll just take a Braid. A Braid is a totally fine card. Over to Gitaxian Probe here. And, oh wow, there's a Life Death. So another Animate. I could also take Bayou as... So that would make Bloodstained Mire into green. It would add an extra free green source if I wanted Monster Manual. Or I could just take Life Death and just look for one more big creature here. Okay, there's Mere Battle Ball. There's Sarah's Emissary. There's also Scrapwork Mutt as another discard outlet. I wouldn't mind that. It is kind of annoying that 2 of my creatures, World Spine and Ulamog, don't work with the slow animates. So do I want Scrapwork Mutt or Mere Battle Ball? This is pick 7. There's also Sarah's Emissary. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I think Sarah's Emissary might come back last. I'm just going to take Scrapwork Mutt. Oh, there's a Dark Depths that I could take to go with Vampire Hexmage. The problem is I don't have any tutors. I just have card draw. I have a Carnosaur. Sorry, that's another good animate target. I think I'm just going to take Lava Claw. Lava Claw is pretty sweet. Oh, from the Catacombs Wield? Sure. I mean, so did the Blackcleave Cliffs, but I have 5 duels. Yeah, we'll take from the Catacombs. That card is just nuts. All right. And now I could take a red-white Sackland, or I could just take Elish Norn. There's some matchups where I actually would want to animate that. I guess I'll hate the Thespian stage. Passing Oracle and Student, yeah. Okay, so the Depths is basically a dead card now. So I need to cut a couple cards here. I think Croxa is probably one of them. I should probably cut Dark Confidant, but I'm not sure. I mean, I guess the thing is, if I'm already having to cut cards, I guess Dark Confidant makes sense. And then now there's Crucible and Red and 6, so I guess no one wanted those. I guess I'll take... No, Questing Beast is just the best card. I'm just going to hate the Questing Beast. Don't really care about Maelstrom Pulse all that much. Yeah, I mean, this deck looks great. This is just a very clean red-black Reanimator deck. Has 1 premium animate target in Gristlebrand. Has Grief. Like, another reason to take Life Death is now I have Reanimate, Life Death, and Animate Dead to go with Grief, and that start is really strong. Show and Tell came back. So did Savannah. Not really any chance I want Savannah. I guess I could see at some point playing Show and Tell. Conscripts came back, and I guess I'll take that too. And last pick, Sarah Emissary. It's more of a sideboard card than anything else, but it's a good option to have. All right, so let's do this. Okay, and taking a look at this deck, I think it's almost built. So we've got, I think we have to cut maybe 1 card. But I'm not even putting in the Sarah Emissary, not in the main deck. So we've got basically the ideal Reanimator deck. Oh, I need to replace Life Death, because the split cards always kind of break the thing. All right. So this is with 16 lands effectively, because this is 15 lands plus a Mox. I mean, I might just play 16 lands. I don't know. Let's see. I've got those big uncastables. This is basically a... that's like my only 3-drop. That's funny. These are 3s. These are 0s. Let's put the Mind Twist here for now. I've got Ragavan, Looting, and Sensei's Top. I mean, I feel like I could run 16 lands fairly well here, but also, is there something I'd want to cut? I don't really want to cut any of the big creatures. Don't want to cut Custodial from the Catacombs. The rest are all animates or discards. I guess Concealing Curtains is the one card that isn't that, but I feel like I could run 16 here, so that's basically going to be it. This deck kind of builds itself. All right, let's see what my teammates are up to and then get to round 1. All right, our team's got some decks. So Jesse Slacks is working here with Black Lotus, Lion's Eye Diamond, Mox Emerald, Mana Bolt, Demonic Tutor, and then a bunch of talismans, like 7 talismans, and a bunch of Planeswalkers, Paradox Engine Upheaval, Nexus of Fate. This deck looks pretty fun. J-Bros on green-white with Mother of Runes, a bunch of Elves, Swords, Reprieve, Natural Order, Palace Jailer, Craterhoof, Jite. Very solid. Strip Mine, Ramanop as well. And then Hank, Mono Red, baby. All the red cards. Seasoned Pyromancer, Lelia, Rabblemaster, Fable with Mox Diamond and Chrome Mox, Burn Spells. Looks pretty good to me. All right, I'm playing against Sam Rolfe, and I'm gonna keep the turn 1 double Grief hand. Sorry, Mind Twist, you are getting binned. And if I can go turn 1 double Grief, turn 2 dash Ragavan, that would be pretty nice. Okay, turn 1 Mana Crypt Talisman. Let's hope this isn't too bad for me. Let's go Grief, pitching Mind Twist. Really don't want to get remanded here. Getting countered here is not that bad. Like mana leaked or something. Miscalculation, sure. That is fine. And then reanimate the Grief. Cabal Ritual and Vamp Tutor. Yeah, I'll take the Vamp Tutor. And then leave Sam with just a Cabal Ritual in hand. Also, he's got Luris Companion, but I have a way to kill that, so not too worried. And then Dashing Ragavan. I mean, my draw was sick. This is just Rakdos Scam in a nutshell here. I'm just Rakdos scamming him. Hit Brain Freeze. Oh, we'll leave that one. We'll just leave that one exiled, shall we? Okay, that should make his life a little bit harder. And he lost the flip. Okay. It's got Cabal Ritual, Luris, and 2 unknowns in hand, and oh, that's it? All right, well, my draw was pretty sick, so show the team here, and I mean, I'm going to win almost every game where you go turn 1 Double Grief, turn 2 Ragavan. Playing against Luris. You know this Dark Confidence coming in all the time. Oh, also I'm protected against Brain Freeze here. That is pretty nice. Oh, Jesse wants to see if this is too many lands. Oh, you did cut some talismans. Let's see. It is a little bit too many lands, but that's okay. Okay, so what do I want to cut against Sam? I don't want to cut a Braid. I mean, I could cut Custody Lich. It's like one of the weaker big cards, I think. So let's do that. Maybe I'll bring in Croaks at some point, but I don't think I want to. Okay, so presumably Lurising again over here. How can my draw get better? Yeah, I really can't. Because getting to go double grief into Ragavan is disgusting. This deck also has a bunch of redundancies for the grief, which is nice, having Animate, Life, Death, and Reanimate. Obviously, Reanimate is still the best for the reason we just saw. The other ones wouldn't have worked. I would have gone turn 1, grief you, get miscalculated. I guess I would have just played Ragavan on turn 1, but then Sam would have been able to vamp first. And maybe if he got like a Tinker or something, that could have been not good. All right, I'm going to keep this hand. I need to find an Animate, because I have Entomb and Bitter Triumph discarding Ulamog, but Sensei's Top will help with that. So let's go land, Pearl, Sensei's Top, pass. And then now I'm going to look for an Animate, and we'll see what we get here. Oh, Duress me. I'm going to Entomb in response, I think. Entomb a Gristlebrand. And then you can Duress Bitter Triumph. I don't think letting Sam Duress me makes sense. Upkeep, I'm going to spin top here. See if we can find an Animate. I've got lots of them. There's a Goryo's Vengeance and a Ragavan. I think I will just draw the Goryo's Vengeance and just Goryo's Vengeance the Gristlebrand. Seems like a good plan to me. Pay the life, Goryo's Vengeance, Gristlebrand, and send here. I'm going to draw some cards first, I guess. What I really want to find is grief. So I'm going to hit here, and I'm going to draw 7 more cards and look for grief. Okay, didn't hit grief. Do I want to go to 4 here? I have 16 cards left. Makes my Reanimate a lot worse if I do. I don't think I do. I think I'm fine waiting a turn here. So let's go exile Gristlebrand, discard, let's see, Bloodstained Mire, land. I actually don't mind shuffling, so I'll discard Ulamog. Because I didn't draw any of my other big creatures actually. This actually ended up being kind of a bad set of cards, funnily enough. Land. I mean, I kind of want to discard Worldspine Worm also. And I do want to keep Mind Twist. So I want to keep 4, 5, 6. I guess I can discard Life, Death. And I could discard another land. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I guess discard Mannequin as well. Okay, well, that actually didn't work fantastically, though. I think I'm still in pretty good shape because I'm going to get to send in a Mind Twist for a bunch next turn, depending on what Sam does here. Inti Seneschal of the Sun. Okay, so let's go 11 land. I could Mind Twist for 3. I could Abrade the Inti. Whenever you discard a card. Oh, I don't really want to do that. Mind Twist when there's an Inti in play, because then Sam gets to play the top card, and then next turn this will be a 4/4. So let's do that. And let's cast Ragavan. Oh, I don't want to dash Ragavan. I just want to cast Ragavan. Because I think there's a decent chance we get miscalculated. And then I'm just going to reanimate the Inti here. go to 9, and then pass the turn. And then now I've got 2 really good attackers for next turn, a Mind Twist queued up. And if I have to use top to find something, then I can also do that. Okay, Fire Covenant, those 2. All right, I mean, that's pretty solid. So now on upkeep, you're at 3 cards. Yeah, I'll top upkeep. And, okay, I wouldn't mind drawing from the Catacombs here. And I don't actually mind it getting duressed if it did either. So let's go land, Mind Twist you for 3. You're going to get back Luris at some point here. And that's okay. I could also, from the Catacombs, the Inti Seneschal of the Sun, because if I do that, I'm assuming if Sam doesn't draw something good, he's just going to put Luris into hand this turn. And if I, from the Catacombs, the Inti, then he's got nothing to bring back with Luris, which is pretty nice. All right, Luris in the grip. I'm just going to draw a land here from the Catacombs, Inti. Take the initiative. I'll get a mountain, play a mountain, and pass the turn. You can play Luris. You got nothing to get back, and maybe you play it just because, or you can maybe kill the Inti somehow. Okay, this is a Luris, and I'm gonna spin top, and now, oh wow, this is a lot of junk. All right, I think I put 2 +1/+1 counters because I don't really need to scry because the Bloodstained Mire effectively scries me for 2 anyway. So I think I'm going to be happy enough just getting 2 counters on Inti and then attacking. Oh, I mean, this is pretty close to just straight up death here for Sam. Because he... yeah. He's got no moves, yeah. Because at this point, if I put 2 counters on this and attack, he goes to 3. And then if I flashback from the Catacombs, I guess I don't have a target for that. Oh, but I could discard Dark Confidant. And so he'll be forced to chump here. So I'm going to go to the Forge, draw Crack Mire, and then attack with Inti here, discard Dark Confidant, exile my top card. It's Ulamog, funny. All right, and then from the Catacombs back, Dark Confidant, exiling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if that works, then I get to trap here, and boom, that'll do it. Well, my deck is fantastic, and it played out perfectly, so yeah, I'm going to say that was a success and an easy round 1. Sometimes you get the dub. All right, time for round 2, and oh man, the opening hands with this deck are a delight. It just, when you draft a great deck, you get good hands. It's a little chicken and the egg problem. I'm definitely going to keep this hand. Shui is playing some kind of workshop artifact style deck. I don't know if we've seen Literal Tolarian Academy. I am just going to run a turn 1 Ragavan. And the reason I want to do this instead of going like looting Carnosaur is, I think, first of all, if you just ask the question, do you have an answer to Ragavan? Because if not, it kind of wins the game by itself. The second is that I will reanimate Carnosaur if that's the best option, but frequently I think you could do a little better. Okay. Oh wow, what a draw, Mox Pearl. Are Moxes good? If so, why? I'm going to discard the Carnosaur to kill the Iconoclast here so I can hit with my Ragavan. Oh, you can't even Force a Will that. Could have Force a Willed the Mox, but who does that? Exile the Lion Sash? Okay, well, I don't need that one. And then next turn I can animate dead the Carnosaur and get my Discover 5 action going here. And I have a lot of mana. And I have a Faithless Looting, which doesn't need to discard anything, but is going to be good at digging for stuff. Oh, you didn't even make Ragavan into a 3/3. All right. Oh, there's a Grief as well. I kind of get to do it all, so let's... I don't have that much in the way of haste. I'm going to start by attacking Shui with Ragavan here, because then I have enough mana to hardcast Grief and animate dead. Plus, I get to see what I exile with Ragavan. A Talisman. Let's start by casting Grief, I think. And I guess I actually will play my Swamp and see what's up here. Okay, your hand is Reckoner, Bankbuster, Talisman, so a bunch of mana, and a Generous Ent. I'm actually going to take the Bankbuster because that could also be crewed by a food token, which I don't like. And then I'm going to Animate Dead the Trumpeting Carnosaur and see what we get here off Discover. There's some good hits here. There's some good hits. And if I miss, I can put it in my hand. Discover into Bitter Reunion. Yeah, I will cast that for free. Not ideal, but all right. So now I have Entomb and Looting and Triumph. So I have a lot of ways to discard a creature, but I also don't need that much. I've got a 6/6 Trample, a 3/2 Menace, and a Ragavan facing off against an Oko and no plays that we saw that affect the board this turn. So a great start for me. If I draw any Animate now, I just straight up win. I have Entomb and Bitter Reunion even. But if I draw like Goryo's Vengeance, then I just get to put a Gristlebrand into play or an Ulamog, either one. And then Faithless Looting ought to give me a little bit of a chance to find it. All right, so I used Oko's +1 to make Carnosaur into a basically 3/3, which is now a 2/3 thanks to Animate Dead. I also have Bitter Triumph just to kill the Oko straight up, which I'll probably end up doing. All right, we're cycling Generous Ent to Zeator's Proving Ground. We're playing it, and I guess playing a Talisman. All right, I don't even need to remember that you've got Coalition Relic in hand. Let's just attack first. I'm just going to attack Shui with everything because I'm just going to kill the Oko with Bitter Triumph here. And this I also get a Ragavan hit. Maybe I'll get something. I hit an island. All right, let's go pay 3 life, kill the Oko. Play Sensei's Top and pass. No reason to do anything else here, I don't think. And probably going to get a scoop this turn, but if not, I had more coming. I'd be able to dig with top, Entomb, dig with top. So let's see. I was going to see Gristlebrand. Probably just then Entomb the Gristlebrand and see 3 new cards. But either way, you know, they're not pressuring my life total. I guess I'm going to have to bring in Dark Confidant again. Oh, look, Custodial Lich. It's a little slow. I don't think I need Sarah's Emissary here or Elish Norn. I think this is good to go. And yeah, I don't want Crooks in. All right, let's do it. Up a game here. This is feeling like a potential speed run. All right, this is actually one of the weaker hands I've had. So what does this hand do? This hand has turn 2 cast Bitter Reunion or Scrapwork Mutt into maybe turn 3 cast the other one. At that point I've drawn a creature and then turn 4 Mannequin it. I guess this is probably keepable. It's not an absurdly good hand, but this hand gets to see a good amount of extra cards here. And I think that is going to be pretty nice. All right, well, drawing a land was bad. But basically, I get to draw for my turn, draw for my second turn, Bitter Reunion to see 2 more, and then draw for my third turn. I'll see 5 new cards by the time I want to play Scrapwork Mutt here. Okay, well, at least Bitter Triumph is another discard outlet. So even if I play the Mutt, I can then dig a little bit more. We are running out of draws here and haven't found a creature yet. Urza. I'm probably just going to kill the Urza. That is too much for me. If I draw a Reanimator or something, that'd be nice. All right, well, that's not terrible. Let's go Bitter Triumph, pay 3 life, kill Urza. And then I'm just going to cast the Ragavan. I just don't feel like I have the mana to spend on dashing that. It's probably not going to get to attack here, but I think that's fine. And then next turn, I am getting to the point where I don't have more discard outlets. I've already used Bitter Union and Bitter Triumph. Very bitter. So I'm going to need to find another one if I use this Scrapwork Mutt. But I'm in a spot where if I don't use the Scrapwork Mutt, then I'm going to need to find something else or use some other way to dig. Okay, we're Tezzeret -3ing. Is this Coalition Relic? Oh, Nettle Cyst. So now we have 2 3/3s in play. Are you going to attack with one? No, you're not that daring. All right. Creature. Oh, this is where it gets awkward because this Ulamog and Life Death are not a combo. I think I should still play Scrapwork Mutt because I need to do something, and I think I will just discard the Ulamog, reshuffle, and pass the turn here. Don't have any attacks. Yeah, so the way this hand has worked out is I didn't draw Entomb or any big creatures until I drew Ulamog, which was the one that doesn't work. So, yeah, maybe I should have mulliganed. Oh, there's Comet Stellar Pup. We're not going to beat that, I don't think. We're already not really winning. I mean, a reanimated Gristlebrand could still potentially do something, but I'm going to need that stat. Or maybe like a World Spine Worm. I guess I have enough mana to mannequin it now. Comet Stellar Pup is a cool one. All right, well, let's go ahead and just Scrapwork Mutt, block the squirrel. No real point in blocking the Nettle Cyst because it can just move around. Oh, there's From the Catacombs. Okay, that's actually a start. So let's go land, Mox, From the Catacombs, Urza. And then I get to have a 2/2 in play. Oh, or is that a remand? Yeah, all right. We're pretty much dead here at this point. Comet's going to get to go off again. All right. Do I want Zealous Conscripts because of Planeswalkers? It is pretty nice against Planeswalkers. Or Vampire Hexmage. I kind of like the way we're set up, I think. I'm going to be on the play here, and I guess keeping a hand of Discard Outlet. I mean, it was Reanimate, Discard Outlet, and needed to find Carnosaur, Gristlebrand, Ashen Rider. Worldspine War and Ulamog didn't work, or Entomb. Yeah. Or more card draw, I guess. This hand, on the other hand, oh man, I got a mulligan that. Very close to being good. Yeah, I guess I'll keep this hand. I'll put Worldspine Worm back. And I need to find an Animate now, because I have Entomb, so there is that. Oh, that I'm probably just going to blow up right away here. I'm going to get Blood Crypt. I'm going to pay the 2 life. I'm going to Entomb Gristlebrand and hope to draw an Animate here. No Animate, but I can destroy the Retrofitter. And then next turn, I'll Mind Twist for 2. And then now I'm in a spot. Drawing Bloodstained Mire is nice because now I either draw, like if I draw lands, I can cast From the Catacombs. If I draw an Animate, that's even better. Oh, I guess I'm actually going to play Lava Claw and Mind Twist for 3 next turn. I think that's better. It gives Shui one more turn to play something. Okay, Shark, but no land. All right. Yeah, we're looking great. Just need to draw. Just drawing a land is actually fine. Mind Twist you for 3. And this hopefully, oh, Force of Will. All right. I got 2 cards instead. You do get a 5/5 Shark token. Force of Will plus Chromehost Seed Shark is pretty disgusting, but I still think a Gristlebrand wins here, especially since Shoei had to pitch Memory Lapse. I'm assuming that means not another counter. I go to 10, but then I get the initiative and a Gristlebrand. Okay. I mean, let's hope that works out. From the Catacombs, my Gristlebeezy. No Spell Piercer Daze, please. No. All right. And then I'll take the initiative. I guess I'll get a mountain, whatever. And pass the turn. I'm not paying the life here, obviously. Next turn, I probably will pay the life if the way is clear. Okay. Because if you don't have an answer to Gristlebrand, I'm actually going to put 2 counters on it. Narset, Parter of Veils. All right. That's actually kind of funny because it protects... It stops me from drawing cards. Oh, should I have drawn in response? Maybe I actually should have. That's funny. I'm feeling fine about this game plan, though, because now I'm going to go to Forge. I'm going to put 2 counters on the Gristlebrand. And I'm going to attack the Narset here. And you're going to have to chump with the Seed Shark. And then I can from the Catacombs back the Seed Shark. Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. From the Catacombs on Chrome Host Seed Shark. Better than doing nothing this turn. Exiling these 5 cards that don't matter. Look at that fetch land doing work. And then I'm going to go and trap them. You're down to 14 now. And then I also even get to play a Sensei's Divining Top and get a little baby sharkling of my own. All right, pass the turn. What do we hit off Narset anyway? Coalition Relic? Sure. Narset again. Hit Teferi Time Raveler. So don't have white mana. So if you don't have white mana, if Shui's drawn a land, can go land, Coalition Relic, Teferi. But if he hasn't drawn a land, then he can't, or a white source of any kind, can't bounce the Gristlebrand this turn. And I will chump the Phyrexian token with my Chrome Host Seed Shark. Well, they're Chrome Host Seed Shark because I don't want to let them initiative. Oh, actually, Shui had a way to get the initiative this turn. Actually, this could have worked. We'll see what the rest of the turn is, but animate the other incubator, attack with both, take the initiative, get a plains, and then play and bounce Teferi. Okay, now here... Unfortunately, I don't even get to draw a card because of Narset. You can animate the incubator to block that incubator. You're at 9. I think I still... It's obviously just a bit of a spew, but I'm going to attack Narset for 9 and hope that works out. Okay, so now I'm at 27. Let's draw some cards. This should be pretty easy to win from here. Let's start by going... I'm going to cast Grief for sure. I'm going to go to 10 cards in deck. I'm not even playing against Brain Freeze here. Okay, Grief, Exile, Life Death, and... Ooh, what is this? Remand? Oh, Remand. Sure. That's fine. Grief, Exile. I guess Makeshift Mannequin is probably fine. Get you down to 4 cards in hand. Yeah, this was going to be easy. I was going to go Grief, Ragavan, play Sneak Attack, or some combination of those things. And, managed to get 2-0, beating Force of Will, Memory Lapse, Remand. That was a lot of good counter magic, but we did get there. And that'll make us 2-0. Alrighty, time for round 3. I would like to play first. And, so this hand... Playing against Raging Tilt Monster, who's on blue-black kind of Reanimator. I could keep this and do nothing on turn 1, and then turn 3, if I draw a black source, I can cast Grief into From the Catacombs on turn 4. I could also pitch Goryo's Vengeance to cast Grief. I think I can just do better by clicking the Mulligan button. This hand would be great if I had a red source. The problem is Goryo's Vengeance just doesn't bring back Grief. I've run into this twice. This is part of what happens here. I think this I probably keep because I get to go, Swamp, Bitter Triumph if I need to. I'm going to put World Spine Worm back because this doesn't work with too many of the animates. And I will probably not evoke Grief, and if I draw a mountain, then I get to go turn 2 dash Ragavan, and that is a pretty good upside. So I think this is better than going to 5 here. So if I was on 7, I would be tempted to mulligan this. This hand I think is comparable to my first hand, but on 6 I don't think I can mulligan. Just go land, go. I kind of want to... I don't really want to use the alternate Grief cost here. Mountain. All right, that's something, I guess. Because I really want to save Bitter Triumph, Goryo's Vengeance for when I draw, if I draw a big legend. Okay. Well, I guess that changes that anyway. Land, and I'm just going to pay 3 life to kill the Voidwalker here. I really can't do anything otherwise. All right. This is actually developing okay. Obviously, this would have been better as an untapped land, but I can flip Concealing Curtains here. I can cast Grief. I think I'm just going to start by flipping Curtains. If it dies in response, then so be it. Okay. Fairy Mastermind. Oh, we just don't have anything. I'll take Memory Jar then, I guess. I think that's worth taking. And slam with the Revealing Eye. So you've drawn a card off the Fairy Mastermind. Your hand is Thieving Skydiver and a bunch of lands. Oh, Sneak Attack. Okay. I'm going to dash Ragavan to start here. From what I saw last turn, my opponent doesn't have an answer to that. All right, hit, and could I get a Mox? Spellseeker. I can't quite cast Spellseeker. I don't think I'm supposed to crack the Treasure to Faithless Looting here. Yes, maybe I could make a land drop there, but I don't think that that's really going to be what I want to do. All right, so they've drawn some cards off of their Fairy Mastermind. I guess if they play Thieving Skydiver this turn, I have to sack my treasure token. Okay, that's a good card. Well, it just means Grief will do something next turn. I have all the tools now. All I need is a big creature. I have Looting to discard and Reanimate Ingorio's Vengeance to bring it back, or Sneak Attack potentially. So, okay. That's our play. After Ancestraling, that's the best thing. Oh, are they going to discard a creature here? That'd be so sick if they discarded like a big creature. They did not. Bitter Reunion, huh? 7 cards in hand. Pretty unhappy about all this, but because drawing all these card draw spells doesn't really work with Fairy Mastermind, I think I'm going to exile Goryo's Vengeance to cast Grief to start with. Make you discard. Let's see what you got. Orcish Bowmasters in response. Okay. Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't draw an extra card. Hand is Mystical Tutor and Time Spiral. I'll make you discard Time Spiral. Grief will go away. And guess I'll reanimate Grief going to 8 here. Take your Mystical Tutor. Attack with the Revealing Eye. I'm going to go to 4 next turn. And I'm going to cast Ragavan. So basically, yeah, I'm basically dead here. I don't know. It just, the way these games worked out. Them drawing Ancestral into Bowmasters has been not great for me. Because now I can't cast any of my card draw. I'm going to 4 here, so I guess I kind of need to draw a removal spell. There's not a whole lot I can draw that gets me out of this. They even have Fairy Mastermind to force me to draw cards. Yeah. All right, well. They got some good cards in their deck. Let's see. I don't want Dark Confidant for sure. I don't really want Sarah Emissary. Elish Norn's kind of interesting against a lot of those creatures. That might be better than Custody Lich given what we've seen. All right. Yeah, I mean, that game was just, I mulliganed to a bad 6 and then didn't really ever draw one of like the big things. I had a couple opportunities. Like Worldspine Worm wasn't the one I was looking for. I was looking for all the other ones because I did put the Worldspine Worm back. But I just have to hope for just a slightly more consistent draw next time. Last time, this draw didn't work out well. If I had drawn a red immediately and gone like turn 2 Ragavan, definitely could have won that game. It's not like they did much the first couple turns either. All right, let's go ahead. We're on the play. And all right, I guess I'll mulligan again. Yeah, we'll keep this hand. I'll put a Worldspine Worm back. And this hand's all in on this Ragavan, but I guess there are worse cards to be all in on. Turn 1 Ragavan. If I draw lands, then I can start to get something going, but I'm also pretty far away from doing anything. Do a Makeshift Mannequin. Cool. Let's hit. Okay, we get a Ragavan hit in. Nice. All right. Ancestral? No, I hit Island. I guess I'll pass the turn. And they're going to Mystical Tutor here, maybe. It feels like they have Mystical or Ancestral. My hand, drawing a 4-drop there instead of drawing a land was pretty bad. Yeah, my deck is great, and these draws in this particular match have been really bad, which is unfortunate. Okay, no play end of turn. I'm really hoping to not see Orcish Bowmasters. I can't beat that. Okay, Dam is unfortunate, but maybe beatable. I guess I'll play the land in case I want to discard Carnosaur here or cast an end of turn Abrade. Don't want it to get discarded either. It's not like blue-black's going to do too much. Oh man, am I going to get Thieving Skydiver? Maybe they took that out because it wasn't very good. No. Oh, Liliana. Okay. Liliana, no activate? Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I could kill the Liliana technically with Trumpet and Carnosaur. All right. This is really impressive. Just we're drawing World Spine Worms and Ashen Riders. I guess if I draw another land and they plus Liliana, I could discard World Spine or Ashen Rider and mannequin it back. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to lose the match where I don't play any spells. Oh, this actually opens the door here. Maybe they plus Liliana because there's a Delphi Voidwalker in play. That actually could be pretty good. I mean, they didn't do it. All right, well, I'm still going to kill the Delphi Voidwalker here. With a Braid, draw. Concealing Curtains doesn't do anything. Guess I'll play it so they can minus Liliana on it. That's fine. I mean, it's turn 6. I have 1 land in play. Like, I guess I drew a Mox. Sure, that counts as a second land. But so far, my draw steps have been World Spine Worms and Ashen Riders galore. Ended up not having a very functional draw, really at all. And Memory Jar, yeah. All right. Well, that leaves us at 2-1. Let's check in on the team. All right. So here's where we're at. I went 2-1. Hank went 2-1. Slacks is 1-1. J-Bros 1-1. That puts us at 6-4, which means that if we win this game 3, we win the draft. Or if Slacks wins his last match. This is J-Bro battling against Sam Rolfe. Got the hand cam and everything. So J-Bro here is on the bottom with, ooh, an interesting hand. I definitely like leading on Library Go and then using the Ignoble Hierarch on as your turn 2 play after drawing with Library. Upkeep, draw step. Nice. Play around Fairy Mastermind. So Sam's on 2 lands go, which is actually perfect. You want them to have a slow start when you're librarying. Oh, Lightning Greaves. J-Bro loves the Lightning Greaves, and I think we might see a Lightning Greaves Primeval Titan. Vroom, vroom. That'll be sick. Hopefully Sam doesn't have a play here, but even if he does, if his play is to like kill the Ignoble, no big deal. Okay, so we've got Library ready to roll. We've got Witherbloom Command is what it looks like. So hoping Sam misses on milling a land. That would be pretty cool. Ooh, there's a Ramen up. All right, so Witherbloom kills that and gets back a Verdant Catacomb. So not a miss at all, but that's all right. Let's see if J-Bro can draw Strip Mine. No, Knight of Autumn. So here you have 9 cards in hand. Kind of nice to just play Greaves this turn and keep on the library train. Doesn't seem like there's a better play. Plus, getting the Greaves out means that any future creature is just going to be hasted up. So that's actually, look, I don't love Lightning Greaves, but this is a very good use of the card. J-Bro had no other play on turn 2 and is up so many cards thanks to this library that getting Greaves going is actually pretty awesome. Oh, there's a Strip Mine. Okay. This is a big turn. I think Strip Mine, I guess you don't have to play the Ramen up this turn. You can Strip Mine this turn and play Intrepid Adversary and Greaves it up. Yeah, I like that. That seems like a good play here. So this way you play Ramen and that on the turn where you can replay the Strip Mine, which is nice. So let's go Intrepid Adversary, equip Lightning Greaves. It's already paying off. Nice. All right, we're not spending any mana. If this resolves, we're pretty happy. But if it doesn't, then Sam is going to have used a removal spell here, and we get to then strip mine and still library and set up Ramen up next turn. Okay, Fatal Push. Well, that would have killed it. Killed the Ramen up either way. Now we go strip mine, and I would just hit the Watery Grave, I think. You could hit the Forest, but because that's the only green source, it's close. Sam doesn't seem to have a lot of green cards in his deck. Does have Birds of Paradise, which I guess you would like to stop. But also the second blue and the second black is usually not that important, and you're probably going to get to strip mine next turn, so it's a pretty close decision here. J-Bro kind of going back and forth and landing. I don't know, like usually you would strip the Watery Grave because it adds more colors, but in this particular case, Forest is the only green source, but then also on the other side, Sam doesn't have that many green cards in his deck. All right, Thirst for Discovery and Response, that's totally fine. I mean, Sam's had a decent draw too. Witherbloom getting the 2-for-1 on Ignoble, Fatal Push plus Thirst on this turn, like that's not bad, but I think Ramanop Strip Mine is going to look pretty good, because if you can land Lightning Greaves on the Ramanop, then that is just disgusting. All right, this is looking great. And then J-Bro even has Swords to Plowshares for the Evolved Sleeper at some point here. So I like going for it. We'll see what J-Bro does here. There's a Misty. Do you play? Are you doing a different play? Here's the question. Basically the main options are Ramanop tapping Library. Sam doesn't have a lot of counter spells that we've seen, I think, and if you can land Ramanop with Greaves, that would be pretty sick. Though you do want to play the Strip Mine before equipping the Greaves here, in case of a removal spell. Shieldred's Edict would be pretty annoying. Hopefully Sam doesn't have that. If he does, he does. All right, well, you got to Strip Mine the Blackcleave Cliffs. You got the nice 2-for-1. Shieldred's Edict was going to kill it through Lightning Greaves anyway. And then next turn now, we still have Library going, even though we didn't use it this turn. We can Library plus Swords to Plowshares, maybe Knight of Autumn if Sam plays something that has a Knight of Autumn target. But we got a nice little 2-for there, and Evolved Sleeper growing isn't a big deal. Let's see if Sam, he's choosing not to make it a 3-3, so that's a little bit of information. Okay, 8 cards in hand. Misty go to 7. And then you can Library if you want and play Knight of Autumn, or you can get a tap land here because you're planning on using the Swords to Plowshares. Oh, J-Bro has a White Plume in his deck? I didn't even realize that. I guess I must have missed that when looking at the deck beforehand. Okay. Oh, I like what's going on here. The Library is going pretty hard. Obviously, Luris is pretty good. You kind of want to save Swords to Plowshares for Luris. But killing the Evolved Sleeper is also pretty tempting. If you play Knight of Autumn, I guess you could make it into a 4-3 and hope to just block. You also have to decide between Temple Garden and Forest here. You could also gain life, but that seems a little weaker. Yeah, I think I like Forest, draw a card of Library, Knight of Autumn, make it a 4-3, equip Greaves, and, oh, never mind, we drew Sentinel. That just is a much better play. All right, well, Library of Alexandria doing good work, because now we get a 3-4, we get a map token. Sam's vamping. All right, well, there's a chance we lose to like Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze or something here, but not much you can do about that. Okay, equip Greaves as soon as the map token is there, and then you get to attack and get another map token. All right, let's see how this goes. This is going to be close. Cabal Ritual. Yeah, I feel like we're getting Breach, Brain Freezed out. Here's Breach. And what are we doing with that Breach? We're casting Cabal Ritual. He's got Boseiju. Can't use it, of course. Tapped out. I wouldn't have played differently from J-Bro, though. I don't think I would have made any of these decisions differently. And hopefully this doesn't end up killing us, though. I guess I don't know. So there's Childred's Edict. Okay. That's not too bad. And Cabal Ritual and Brain Freeze for 21. I guess Luris Brain Freeze for 24. Pretty sick. And unfortunately, that'll do it. So J-Bro is 1 and 2, and that means that we need a little bit more. So it turns out Slacks lost his game 3, and that'll be the draft. It is a tie, 6-6. We have a 2-1, a 2-1, a 1-2, and a 1-2. Well, I really like this deck. I'm a little bummed that round 3, my draws were just in the bottom 20% or whatever, because this deck just has Entomb, Reanimate, Gristlebrand, Animate Dead, Goryo's Vengeance, a bunch of ways to discard like Bitter Triumph, Faithless Looting, Bitter Union. Carnosaur's great. I never did even cast Sneak Attack. Grief was fantastic. I have the 1-drop Reanimate spell and the 2-drop Reanimate spell, 2 of them actually. Plus Ragavan gets you some free wins and all that. So very good deck. 2-1 is still a fine record. Obviously at 2-0, I'm hoping to 3-0, not 2-1. But look, we'll take a good deck, a tie, and getting to use a little more Carnosaur in Reanimate, which I have liked so far. Plus, figuring out the Goryo's Vengeance stuff is cool, though it is awkward. I had a hand where if Ulamog or World Spine was Ashen Rider or Gristlebrand, maybe I would have won. So we'll continue to iterate on these Reanimate decks, but this is a very good version of it, and I was happy with the deck. It even had great mana. It had 5 duels, so that's not bad either, though. I did lose one of those games in round 3 to drawing Double Swamp, where with Ragavan, where a Mountain would have done it. In any case, that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you checking out this Reanimator video, and I'll be back tomorrow with another cube draft, hot and ready. So I will see you then.